Hi, Tim Bartz here, your Ford video guy at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas for your Maverick Monday video. Thought I had nothing until last week when I got the opportunity, I would call it, to change my daughter's flat tire in her Ford Maverick, which kind of spurred this little video. And just one little annoyance that Ford has on their vehicles, probably one big kicker for me that I've ranted about is the location of that jack. So we're going to show you in this video, for those of you watching it to learn how to do this, how to change your tire, a flat tire on your Ford Maverick, what you need to do, where the jack's located, where the spare tire is located, where the spot is to lower the spare tire, and where to put your jacks and everything in this video. So now real quickly though, don't forget you do have an owner's manual. What's great about a lot of the Ford vehicles right now, you're coming with a Sync 4 with the digital owner's manual. But on the Maverick, you still have a paper owner's manual, at least until 25 model year. Page 359 is where you'd want to go if you want to read these instructions on how to change your flats. Or right in here, we're going to actually put this in the front. But you can find all the instructions in there, and it's pretty easy to follow. In fact, when I changed my daughter's flat tire, I knew where the jack was located and how to lower the spare, but I still did need to reference the owner's manual to kind of complete everything and get everything done. So we don't have a flat tire. This is actually my old Maverick that's traded in. It is for sale here on a used lot right now, so it is available, but we're going to use this as a model vehicle here. So if you have a flat tire, of course, first thing you want to do is you need to get the jack and everything, but first thing you should do, of course, when you're changing the flat is to set that emergency brake. So that the vehicle's not going to move on you. Also, they recommend, let's say we're replacing this tire right here. This is the one that's flat. You should also, they say, put a block, if you can, under the opposite one. That would be the front passenger side wheel, because if this is going up, they might tend to want to go that way. And so they say to do that as well. So no matter which one it is, kind of crisscross across it. That's in the owner's manual, by the way. So you want to make sure you do that first. We're going to get the jack out, show you where it's located, but you want to also kind of loosen the lug nuts a little bit because they should be really tight from the dealer. You want to loosen them a little bit because you don't want to do that when it's up in the air, because you don't want that having to move on that jack. So try to loosen them a little bit while it's on the ground before you lift it up. But let's show you where this is located. Sarah, you want to go around the other side? So this here is where I get the most frustration with Ford. I really just don't understand why. In fact, the hoop's clear the heck over there. Okay, so full bench seat in the rear back here. I don't like it. You do have this nice convenience. All this storage down in here still has the old fender vents that from the vehicle. But then also this back seat is also a full bench. I don't know why they did not create a, first of all, it won't go down all the way. That drives me nuts. Why not have a sweat bench seat? So my daughter has two car seats, but even if you only had one car seat, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to take the car seat out. So if that car seat is using the latch system down here, you've got to unbuckle it from this latch system to be able to move this down to get to your jack. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's why probably the first thing you should do is relocate this jack somewhere else. It is back here in the back, and this is kind of where it's located. So you just turn this here, this knob. So we'll just keep turning that and keep turning. There's a lot of keep turning you're probably going to hear in this video, because on a lot of things it just takes a little while to unscrew, lower everything else when doing this. So yeah, keep going. We're keep with me here. So yes, this screw here, very long. Not sure why they made it that long. They didn't need to make it that long, but here we go. All right, so this in here, it unscrews. Can't really tuck it anywhere. And then also there's a couple of these. So if you pull that, once you unscrew that, you can pull the jack and everything out at once. I think Ford shows you in the manual to take this out first, but you can take the whole thing out all at once. You can see where that sits in. There's two holes on the bottom. They sit on these two bolts there, and nice and easy, that's where it sits. Now we're going to take that out and get outside. So now on this here, we're going to lower the tailgate, but we're gonna have to raise it back up because you cannot get to the spare tire and lower it until then. Better angle there to see. That hole is what you need to put the rod through to be able to lower the tire. So from here, we got the jack. If you're gonna put it back in, you wanna know how everything is located, but you have two Velcro straps here that you take off. That allows it to come out, and you'll see these, the rods that you actually use for lowering that spare are actually just slide through there. So I think when I put Jolie's back, I think I just put it on top, but that's fine. You just do that. So you got two different things here. If you open this up, turn it over at this point, and pull this out, you're gonna have two rods in there. Pull those out. These are two rods you're gonna need. They're identical here. All right, so these rods, they're the same, so it really doesn't matter how they go in, but you kind of put one into the other. You'll need the whole length, but that goes in there like that. And this end down here is the end that's gonna go inside that hole there to lower it down. But you're not done. You also need something on this end to help you out, and that's what's in this other one. And actually there's, I don't know why, but they give you this, and I changed Jolie's, I didn't need it. So anybody else knows what that's for? I'd love to know. All right. So this here is kind of what you're gonna need. So you can just pull that out. And this here is basically your wrench, so your lug wrench. So this is what you're gonna use to loosen those lug nuts. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. But then also on this here, this hole, this is where you're gonna place this. So you're gonna put that in there. There you go. And then there you go. Now this is what you're gonna use to go ahead and do this. So don't need the jack yet. We'll get to that in a second. Tailgate back up. All right, so this in here, put that square right in through there into the hole. So that hole's right down in there. Kind of I found if you go more upward down, you get in that slot. So just move that square. It really should be straight up and down. If you have this straight up, facing up, then it should work. Lock into place. Then you're gonna need this. There's a square section in this here. You'll wanna put that in there. Right through there. If I can get it there. There you go. Press that down a little bit so then it kind of locks into place and it won't keep coming out on you. And then you're just gonna lower this down and just keep turning. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of keep turning on this. So we're not gonna lower this all the way down, but that's, in a sense, that's what you're gonna wanna do, is pull this completely down. You'll see that tire's going down there. Underneath, you wanna get that, there's a plug in there that you want to get it all the way down. So lower it all the way to the ground and keep going until all of the cable is out, because you're going to need to pull that tire out. And at that point, there's a plug in there that you'll want to take and push that blue plug down, and then the cable is going to come out. There's a cut in that, the plug that's there, that's kind of a cone shape. Then you're going to go ahead and pull it through there, take that cone out, and then you can take the cable back through the spare and then pull it out. So that's pretty much how that goes. And then of course, when you're ready to put it back, just do everything opposite. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise this back up into place. Okay, so from that point, once you have that, you're really not gonna need the support arm anymore until you're ready to put it back on, just like we just did. Now, for your jack, it's gonna use this as well. So the same one you're gonna use for your lugs is what you're gonna use to raise and lower your jack up and down right there. So there is a ridge on the jack that is gonna go in the frame of your vehicle, and there are arrows underneath it. So we're gonna go over here. And if you actually feel, let's say we wanted to replace this one, along here, you're gonna feel an arrow along here. Right. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, here it is. So there's an arrow right up there on the lower part. There's one on the front and the back. So that is where you want to locate, and you want to put that groove right there. Is going to go right inside the groove on the frame right there once you raise it up. So then of course at that point you're just going to use this to raise it up. Now, it might be easier until you can get it high enough is to just do it with your hand. They do give you this nice plastic thing so you can just raise it up real nice and quickly for the most part. And then of course you put that groove right into the frame rail, right where that arrow is. So you just want to put it right under there for the back tire. There's one on an arrow on the front tire as well. So it's pretty much that simple. Everything else, just like changing any other spare, that's kind of what you want to do. Now, once you get this in, if you didn't relocate your jack, I want to kind of talk a little bit about that, because if you plan to use car seats or you don't want to get into the back seat, you know, that's the one thing is I'm kind of glad my daughter had her flat in my driveway, was that she didn't have to have those two kids and getting them out of the car seat, unbuckling the car seat to get the spare tire. Ford, this is something this is a problem. You need to fix this. So if I were you, most vehicles, not sure on the XL, people might have to remind me, but you do have this cubby here, flat bottom, and let's find out. Okay, it won't actually fit all the way in there. So anyway, finding a place, and Ford, if you could do it, you probably figure a place out. Maybe some of you down in the comments, I'd love to know, where are you putting your jack? Or are you leaving it where it's located? Who here has kids and doesn't want to have to get behind that seat if you have to change your tire with your kids on the side of the road? You're on a highway, flat tire. Last thing you want to do was have to deal with that. Like I told my daughter, just call roadside assistance. But if they're not available, you're going to have to change on the side of the road. So definitely find a place that you can relocate this somewhere else, because I think that's a big problem, Ford, that you need to fix, because where it's located is not good. F-150, it is located behind the back seat as well. But on the F-150, it's got a split bench seat. So if you have one car seat, you still can, you know, do something. You still can get in there and be able to get it without getting both car seats out. So that's something that I think Ford needs to fix. Hopefully, 25 model year, they fix it. But in the meantime, some of you are probably going to need to relocate that jack so you're not stuck on the side of the road with your kids in the back, having to get your kids' car seats unbuckled just to get to your jack back there. So anyway, hopefully this video is informative. If not, hopefully Ford sees this and realizes this is a major problem on not only this one, but any of their trucks where they have that jack. Find a different place to locate that jack, because it is not safe for parents, mothers to have theirs, you know, to where they can't access it without removing car seats. There needs to be a better way. So anyway, hopefully this video does help you out. And also remind you, for those that are following our Maverick Monday videos, I will not be doing a Maverick Monday video. Actually, we are going to do one next week, but not the week after. So anyway, so never mind that. So, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this on this Maverick Monday, and hopefully you're having a good Maverick Monday. And until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.